Another day, another YouTuber turns out to be a terrible person. This time, it's ImAllexx, because on top of being British, he's also an abuser. His girlfriend dropped like a CIA's classified document worth of information on how he is abusive and how he's just an absolutely piece of shit, terrible person.
Just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend.
Yeah, acting like this is all just me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fucked this, royally fucked this.
I mean, it really doesn't get much more textbook abusive than him literally threatening to beat the shit out of his girlfriend with a brick.
Now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it. You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway. So it's just fucking weird. And I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up.
This dude's out here monologuing like he's Homelander in The Boys or something, like he's a superior being and his girlfriend should bow down and kiss his feet and worship the ground that he walks upon. This dude obviously has an ego. I would say he's definitely a master manipulator. He doesn't seem to be capable of any real physical harm. To relate back to what he said about her being a dog, he reminds me of a chihuahua. He's an annoying little shit that if he really pushed all your buttons enough, you could probably punt him at least 50 yards. And there's just copious amounts of evidence. I can't show you everything from the Google Drive because so many people have been looking at it that it won't let me play it or download any of the videos. Actually, never mind. It's letting me play it right now live. You're seeing this. Okay. This one says following me after he kicked me and unpacking my things. And this is just a 5-minute video of her recording them arguing as she's trying to leave and apparently kicked her. I believe he also says the N-word in this clip. Yeah, my sources are telling me that is the clip. He says the N-word too. Surprise, whoop-de-doo. Who would have thought a terrible person also uses slurs? But that's really all the clips I wanted to show you. She put out a statement that I would recommend you read. It is a lot. It is a shit ton. 82 pages to go through. And it's just screenshot after screenshot after screenshot of shitty ass messages that he has sent her, manipulating her, being abusive, and just, I don't understand how someone can be this terrible of a person. It's genuinely baffling. This isn't one of those situations where someone's throwing out accusations like the dream scandals or whatever, where someone like sort of has evidence, but it's mostly just hearsay. It's word of mouth versus word of mouth. No, this is set in stone like Mount Rushmore. He did all of this shit. He deserves to live forever with the feeling that he has to piss. Something that miserable. Just something to where he would never be able to live a normal, happy life ever again. So obviously, I can't cover all of the 82 pages here. I will show you some highlights and some screenshots and whatnot from multiple different outlets here, because he was messaging her on like TikTok, Facebook, iMessage, the whole 9 yards. He even ended up, after all of this, sending her like an Amazon letter through a gift letter, trying to apologize, trying to communicate to her. So this dude is just absolutely crazy. Let's get into the text here. He says, emotional level of a fucking brick. Just say yes, you dumb whore. Thumbs up. You're thick, man. You're a bad BF calling me a bitch and insulting me every time you get slightly upset, which, yeah, I would agree. And yeah, he does that. There's just an unbelievable amount of messages of him just talking down to her and talking shit to her, calling her a bitch, calling her a whore. He even texts her the N-word at one point. She says, block me. He says, you definitely were giving me shitty attitude. Yeah, I won't unblock you though, because talking to you. And then she says, if that stops me getting called a dumb whore, yay, is like talking to a brick. Maybe don't be a dumb whore. Bye. That'd be like so much cooler. So this is just obviously very toxic, very manipulative on his side, just absolutely shit talking her. And then if you go to the statement, she talks about how he would shit talk her and then start love bombing her, apologizing, saying that he's sorry, and then the cycle would endlessly repeat. She says here, after screaming at me in calls and disregarding everything I've ever said, he would explain how it is always my fault and that I should apologize, that I should fix it and fight for him after he made it worse by completely dehumanizing and degrading me. And she also adds this in, says, for context, context, in regards to me, I have depression, and he made it severely worse when he would insult me and make me feel like he doesn't care or love me. I found it hard to stay happy every day dating someone who said these things so easily to me. Feeling no remorse or guilt, he just flew past the days like nothing ever happened. This was immensely draining on my side. I don't know if this is just a me thing, so I've been scared to talk out about this because I'm worried I won't be easily understood. People will question why I even stayed, and believe me, I wish I could turn back time, but I believed his lies when he apologized to me, and I really tried to believe he would stop going so far if I asked him to. I thought I was good enough for him to stop calling me a whore or tell me to die or threaten to leave in every argument. And the screenshots she puts below it are just literally, it's textbook manipulation. It's so terrible to see and shitty that someone would ever have to go through a situation like this for so long and put up with it for so long, feeling like they wouldn't be understood, and then finally they've had enough and rightfully exposing him, and hopefully now in a situation that they deserve to be in, which is where they can be happy and actually thrive. Her name is Alice, by the way. I think I forgot to say her name. Her name is Alice. And this is her Twitter here. She actually put out the link for the Google Drive for everyone. Her name is ImAllexx here. It says, "Here's my statement on the situation I've been scared to speak out on. It's best it was made public how horrible this person with a platform is. I'd hate to see another woman go through this." But honestly, the context of the arguments don't really matter, because no matter what the argument was about, whatever the conflict was, nothing warrants someone to act like this to their partner, or to act like this to anybody in general. Like, just, there's no reason to be this shitty of a human. And this is a screen recording of some messages. I think this is TikTok, right? Him like spam bombing her with messages just repeatedly over and over and over. She's not responding. He keeps saying to respond. He says he sent her a message on Facebook. Literal psychopath behavior here. Like, this dude is not okay in the head. He has more than a couple screws loose. This dude was never even put together. He's like an unfinished product. And these messages, as you can see, they span from March 9th all the way to, what is that, March 27th. And this exchange here is specifically bad. It's him threatening to kill her again. Seems to be a common theme, sadly, is him threatening to kill her over and over. She says, "I admitted what I did." And he says, "I'm going to fucking kill Toy, you. Said sorry for my tone, that's not abusive at all. I'm going to break your neck." And in the text messages, he also tells her to go commit die to herself. I would really advise, if you want to know like the complete full situation, to go read her statement. She lays literally everything out. It took me like I read like on my breaks at work today, and also I went to the bathroom and I was sitting there for like maybe 20 minutes on the shitter reading some more. Because it honestly, it's worth the read to just get a full grasp and understanding of how far he goes and how bad it gets. Because as she explains at the beginning of her Google Doc here, they'd known each other for years before they interacted, and they were seeing each other for a few months before they officially started dating. But they started officially dating on March 17th of 2023. And she says at the beginning of their relationship, things were fine, you know, normal kind of relationship. But then the small arguments started to worsen to the point where he would turn on his camera and start shouting at her on calls. And he even went as far as to tell her to self-harm at this point. And she told him about his prior history, about how she had a history of that, and then that would be accompanied by multiple horrible messages calling her a whore, a bitch, and slimy. So he wore a mask at the beginning of the relationship, hid it well enough, I guess, and then just decided to just drop the persona and be his true self, which is a terrible, abusive asshole. And she had to endure that for damn near a year. And that's fucking miserable. But she ends off this 82-page document saying that for legal reasons and obvious reasons, she won't attach all the evidence that she has, but in due time, it may be made public. He has tried to get me to stay quiet online and has suggested he would deny all of this. If this happens, I will release more undeniable evidence. So on top of all the shit we've seen, there's more, and apparently more damning evidence, which is bananas, absurd, ridiculous. No one should ever have to experience even a fraction of that much abusiveness. But anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about regarding this situation. It's sad. I hope Alice is in a better place now, and I hope Alex just fucking rots. But other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.
I'm gonna abuse you domestically. Like Chris Brown the rapper.
Yeah, that clip aged like Salma Hayek, didn't it?